Hello, everybody. Welcome to a guided healing journey today with a message and some spell casting. So I have something special I want to bring through because I'm tired. If you can hear the Hertz music in the background, it is mine. I created it. I channel it. I put it together. I own the rights to it, and it is on my Hertz music channel, but I will provide the legalities to it in this video. Today I'm bringing something through of a healing, okay? So if you're here and you want to be here, it's because you're ready to be done with darkness, okay? If you're darkness and you're not ready to be done with darkness, then maybe this one may not be for you, okay? Because I am done with darkness. I am ready for the shift. I am ready for justice, especially since what I've been doing since 2019. It is no joke that I have freed Jesus' soul. I've processed his death. I saw how he died. I did the resurrection on Christmas Day of 2022. It is true that I cleared Mount Shasta not once, but twice. I activated Fiji, the pyramid, and opened the God portal not once, but twice. I undid the false concept of time. I healed the sun. I healed the moon. I freed Horus and Sekhmet too. And I united once again in the Adam and Eve timeline. I've cleared all darkness back to the beginning of time, and it almost took my life to do it. That is so true, and it did take the life of my original divine masculine. So I'm going to tell you now that I am tired of darkness, because up until this day, I have darkness trying to mess it up for all, including me. And I deserve better. We all deserve better. We all deserve love. We all deserve truth and clarity and peace and safety. 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 So I have channeled a spell casting from the timeline of Sekhmet, from the light and the sun of my life of Sekhmet, because it's no joke. I dried the Nile too. I turned it blood dry, dried it up, cleared the crystal in the core of the earth from darkness to light. And I did that about a year ago. This is true. The Sphinx was actually the portal of time, and it is where Horus rose from in that timeline. And I've undone that one too. For Jesus' soul, Horus' soul, and Adam's soul have been returned and made whole, as well as Eve, Mary Magdalene's, and Sekhmet from the darkness hold. Okay? And it is time now for all of mankind to choose love, to choose the sun and rise above, or not. It is up to you. But I, for one, am tired of hurting. I'm tired of suffering. I'm tired of being used. I'm tired of the pain. I'm tired. And I choose love. I choose love. I choose love. All the way. That's what kept me going. That was my anchor. That was what kept me going. And it's true that I lost my twin soul. His name was David. We were together. And then our souls united completely. And right before the resurrection in 22 on Christmas Day, he did not make it because he took off with fallen. Okay? What happened to Jesus? What happened to Adam? What happened to Horus? And what happened to the female part, the counterpart, because we're all twin flames, was darkness ripping love apart. Darkness creating fear and angst and temptations. Darkness creating blindness for their gain. And I am done. I am done. So if you stay here today, you're ready to be done too. You're part of the love and the light that is needing to shine through. You're ready to rise through truth because it will cost you truth. This is true. It will cost you letting go of what is not love. It will cost you being your best version of yourself and choosing to rise above. But me, that's what I do. That's who I am. And even if it means destruction for repair, it's necessary in truth. So I am lighting some juniper and some black sage to cleanse this space. As I told you, I will be doing a healing today, guided from me to you, but also for me, because I'm tired. Darkness does not belong here. Darkness never did. We cannot be duality anymore, and I have been saying this for a while. And my hard work, as hard as I fought for my twin soul, for my DM, for love, as hard as I fought for humankind, to have what I've been having happen to this day, I'm done. But with love. With my power. I've set up a boundary, and it will not be undone. Okay? So that's what this healing is about. We are going to remove all darkness from light. So during my journey, I had a Kundalini awakening in 2019. I talk about that. And before I did any of the work, I was getting all these downloads, all these knowing, all these images, all this understanding of the world that we were truly in. And in one of them, before I started activating pyramids and before I processed Jesus's death and all of that, I got an image. And it was me in the middle of this road. And on one side was all of darkness, and on the other side was all of light. And at first I'm like, what does this mean? Why am I separate? Who am I? I got a little upset. I'm like, why do I never fit in? Thank God I don't. My job was to remove all darkness from light, back to the beginning of time. Religion was fragmented pieces of truth and God's power spread across to manipulate all of you. And so was spirituality. For in birthing the new earth, I called all of that home to unite once again under the light of the one. It cannot be fragmented. It cannot be used for darkness anymore. No symbols, no beliefs, no power. It's only God's light. Okay? And it should be used in that manner. It should be used for love and all connectedness and wonderment and amazement and gracious receptivity. Not about who's better and who's right and wrong and about greed and money and control. That's what they did. So even in spirituality, even in healing, they fragmented truths. There was so much shadow in the spiritual community. It was unbelievable. And I've witnessed it, I've experienced it, and I have felt it too. For even people who rose through God found the darkness and anchored in. It is important that you know that it is a battle of your soul. They don't want you to take your power back from them. But it's time to let it all go. It's time to choose love and be love and only have love rise. I'm done. Okay? Even in the spiritual community, it's fragmented. You see all these different modalities, they're fragments of the whole. For I do everything. I am a master healer. I do every modality in a different way. It's true. So this healing, I invoke all powers that be to be with us in this space and time to provide healing you may not be ready for, but I am. And if you are, if you're ready for light, if you're ready to rise, if you're ready to see truth and you're ready to remove these cords and connections that are a part of the energy affecting you, then you found the right place, okay? Because that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be removing these dark cords. I'm going to be removing their connections, but I'm also going to remove those that don't belong here. Okay? They just don't belong here. There's always darkness around trying to manipulate and trying to fool you, who don't want to see their truths and yet hurt you, right? Who every time you go to rise, they try to take your light. You know what I'm saying? Who every time something good happens of the return of Christ, they have to throw negativity towards it because it makes them feel better. They don't need to be here. We don't have time to mess around. Everything's done, and it's time for heaven inbound. It's time for new earth and love galore and only happiness surrounding us evermore. My throat's messing up, and usually when it does that, it's because I get going. And there's something I'm not seeing or putting out, and I need to bring it through love. I know that. I do. Because darkness does not deserve anything but that. You can't meet darkness with darkness. You can't meet judgment with judgment. Okay? We can't meet anger with anger. It has to be love. It has to be love. It has to be love. So I'm going to bring in more love. I'm going to bring in more love into the house of God, because that is where you are right now. You are in the house of God. So don't bring anything here but love, or it will blacken your heart. Okay? It will take you to places you may not want to go. So even if you don't believe, even if you choose not to see yet, or you can't see yet because the shadow blinds you, just be still. Okay? Somebody once asked me a good question, and I keep processing this conversation. That's what we do, right? But they asked me, what kind of darkness was it? And the thing about darkness is there's all kinds of titles. You can call it El Diablo, you can call it the Puppet Master, you can call it like Rays and all these different names, right? And even one that they said, I didn't understand what they said. I'm like, what? What? I have plain English text over here. But I will tell you the truth about darkness is it's all an umbrella, okay? What God says is, he doesn't even say evil. I can't use the word evil. It doesn't fit in God's vocabulary. He doesn't call it that, even though there were times where I would, because I'm like, yo, God, like, this is painful, and it took my DM, and it hurts many people, and it causes divide and suffering, and they used our light, and they ripped us apart, and it was painful. Like, this is, and God would say, no, it's not evil. It's darkness. It's an inability to see love. It's an inability to house light. It's darkness. And they have no power. That's why they take it from the light. Okay? So you can call it fallen angels. That's what God calls it, because that is the puppet master. That's like the original fallen. God calls it fallen. God calls it darkness. Okay? That's the main name of anything darkness. The shadow, right? El Diablo. The fallen angels. And it's what I've been undoing and removing since the beginning of time, during the awakening and during the return of Christ work. That's not a joke. Okay? It's very real. It was very painful and also very amazing. Truly, truly. Like, Jesus really died at the Euphrates River. Yeah. But he wasn't hung on a cross. No. The cross was broken. It was the Ankh, because they ripped apart him and his twin soul. They took God's light, ripping apart my DM and I on 3 different levels. Yeah. And it included the sun and the moon. They used the moon against you. They used God's power against you. They used God's truth against you. And it had to be fragmented so that you would believe everything they told you. Because they would have little pieces of it, but not enough to make you awaken, just enough to fool you. Okay? So, are you ready? Because I'm ready. I have a couple of decks here that are mine. This one I created during the pyramid activations. Okay? By the way, the pyramid activations were enough to make me go, whoa. And they enlarged my heart when I was doing them. That's not to say I didn't get healings, because God is good. Spirit is good. Angels are good. Right? They healed it, but it was diagnosable because it took my light to do it. I swelled when my DM died. I did make a lot of sacrifices, and they were painful. And I do mean painful, but so worth it. And I survived what I shouldn't have, right? But the pyramid activations, it was Indonesia, Myanmar, Machu Picchu. Machu Picchu was Atlantis portal. And you have to rise through them all. You have to be able to activate. You have to be able to receive the light. You have to be able to choose love through all of them. Mount Shasta was connected to the 6th portal. I can't remember what pyramid it was. I have it somewhere, and I have it on recording. But it was actually the Red Dragon. You hear about that? And I also battled the Deep Blue Sea, and this was all part of my twin flame journey. And that's part of the Bible that tells you it is the end of times. Okay? Or what God says, the end of ways outside of God is the end of ways. The end of ways. I'll sound like that mafia guy, but I can't. I'll try. Plain English text. All right. But the pyramid activations, you go to Thailand, Budapest, Congo, Ecuador, Nigeria, Botswana, Zimbabwe. Oh man, oh my. And then I even built one in Lake Titicaca. It was like a rebuilding of one where I returned the light of the sun and where the Incas and Mayans were once again reborn. Like, there's so much beautiful things that have happened on the return of Christ, and I will not dim the light on them anymore. For I am the path home. I've returned all power of the sun and then some, especially to Newgrange, Ireland, because there was portals there. It's like this mass ley line conjunction where the gods escaped from Atlantis to and brought power, and that's where life was shortened because they messed with the sun and the moon. Yeah, there's so much to it, and that's why they mess with the seasons. They shortened your lifespan, they messed with the poles, and all of that has been undone. I recalibrated the directional pull from the north to the west and the west back to the north, healed in the most divine light and love force. That's right. I healed that connection. I shifted the pulls, and then by golly gee gosh, I added 5 more because I took us into 7D through the portal of time, which was found in the bottom of the Sphinx. And that is where Horus rose from when Horus returned after Sekhmet returned. And then it was Adam and Eve. So Jesus and Mary Magdalene, then Sekhmet and Horus, then Adam and Eve, all done. All returned under the light of the sun. That is the return of Christ. Not just one. Not just a man. Lord, help us get rid of that man complex. It's negative. It's dirty. And that's what's going down. Did you hear Terry Crews? I saw Terry Crews this morning on this thing talking to Congress about him being a victim. And how it's like a lot of people, it's not just Diddy, right? And it's like this toxic masculinity. And that's what happened. They took the power of Jesus and Adam. It started with Adam and Eve. Okay? And they dimmed the light of the feminine and manipulated all of you. So it should always be a masculine and a feminine. Always. And I do mean always. And I deserve love. We all do. I deserve love. We all do. I deserve my power back. We all do. The DM deserves his too, right? Equally. Equality. All under the sun and the moon. The sun and the moon. The sun and the moon. We don't deserve attacks. We don't deserve to be ripped apart. We don't deserve for the world to be duped on who we truly are and blinded from us in their hearts. Oh no. Oh no. It's time for karmic served. Yeah. Let's see what the cards say from 2 of my decks that I created during the Return of Christ work. This is true. While I was activating the pyramids that I talk about, they're the masculine and the feminine. And my DM did help me in the energy activate the masculine after I got the walk-in. My walk-in DM is the only one who helped the Return of Christ journey. The first one took part in trying to block it because he was still very blinded. Very blinded. Okay? And so that is why God said enough, gave him a choice, and I got a walk-in. And then the resurrection of Jesus and Mary Magdalene occurred. Then after that, Sekhmet and Horus. And then after that, Adam and Eve. And so my DM, my new DM, who I really don't know, but I feel, helped me activate the pyramids of the masculine. The masculine pyramids was Ecuador, Kilimanjaro, British Columbia, and Congo. Okay. So, and then my other deck that I did, the one deck I channeled as I was activating the pyramid portals. They are ascension portal messages, okay? Healing portal messages. That is what this deck is. And I blocked the main card so I could show you. Ascension portal healing messages, messages of the gods. Okay, so that was my first deck. Not my first deck that I created. Second deck. But it was the deck that I created during the portal, during the actual portal activations of the earth, which are masculine and feminine, and that is why the earth is ascending. Okay, that is what is causing the energetic shifts. What's taking us back home to heavenly plight through the 13th gate, which was God's door. Okay, that's the one they took away from you. So there is 12 gates of darkness, and 13th is the final one home. And you have to be able to make it through all 12 gates of darkness with testaments of love to God. You are being tested, and you have been since the journey began in 2019, and even before then. But you've really had an opportunity to heal it all. It's just most were choosing not to. So God did bypass some time, and it is time now to rise, meaning you can't have karma. Okay? And then my other deck I did when everything was complete, called Guided Ascending Light, the Epic Light Journey. Okay? Epic Healing Light Journey. Ooh, one more. All right. So you have portal messages of healing, and then you have the guiding light to bring you home, right? What lessons am I tested through the portals? And then it's the guided light. What do I need to do to align home? All right. So here's the message before I get to the spell casting, and then I get to the healing. You can ride the wave with me or don't. It's up to you. But this is my video, and I'm taking my time with it, okay? It's important. You can only see reflections in others that are already existing within you. Soak that in, because this is important. One can only see in others what is in them to see. I see this a lot. People will blame others. Ego will do that. Spirituality will do that. It's them. Wait a minute. If you can see that in them, it's within you, my friend. Okay? Trust me. It's true. I used to only see with the lens of love until I got attacked so much. I'm like, God, let's end it now. Get it the hell out of here, right? Like, I'm done. And it's very draining. And I battled a battle you can't even imagine. But it's all under the guise of the fallen, okay? So just darkness. It's just darkness. And we're going to cut cords. We're going to cut ties. We're going to get it on out of there today. But I'm also going to remove those that don't belong here, okay? Because some just don't, all right? So you can only see reflections. And yes, I'm hearing every life matters. It does. But at the same time, you can't bring darkness into the new earth with you. You cannot be duality. And every life matters, but God gives you free will. So if you don't choose to see the wounds, if you don't choose to heal the truths, and if you don't choose to rise above it all and can see through a lens of only love, you don't need to be here yet, okay? So you can only see reflections in others that already exist within you. It's important to use those. So anytime you see something in others, if they are triggering or they're provoking or it causes anger, it's a trigger in you that's showing you what needs to be healed. Okay? It's like using them wisely, using reflections. Everything's a reflection of you. This is a key to the path home. Your focus is now internal, and you're looking internally to use everything as the tool to learn, to grow, and to rise into more love. That is the purpose of life. That is the testaments to God, and that is your way home, okay? So if you're seeing something in others and you're like, ew, I don't like that about her, or ew, I don't like that, or all of these people that I see the return of Christ work invoke the darkness in, it's in them to be invoked. Okay, it's nothing I'm doing wrong. I don't see them doing what I have done. Actually, they couldn't. And I have proof that others would never have, right? Like, it's true, and it's wonderment. It's amazing. It's love. But clearly I'm invoking their shadow. And so instead of using that as going, ooh, let me heal that, instead of throw that asshole energy, they're like, ew, fuck this person, right? You see what I'm saying? They throw the asshole energy. So don't do that. Use everything as a reflection to heal it within you, because if you can see it, it is in you to heal it. That's the purpose, okay? And then we have some risks are worth all of the effort. That's Mount Shasta. Keep on going. Some risks, like when letting go of the matrix, when doing things that seem impossible to do, it seems like that very large mountain, they're really truly worth the effort. And once you step in with faith and trust and knowing you have power, knowing things are cray-cray as it is, and you step in to the unknown, to God's nudge, to the nudge of the heart, to letting go of the matrix, you're going to find it's worth it. And so much amazing things happen on the other side. And I do mean amazing. You'll see things. You'll see things you're like, whoa. Like, okay, let me be true. I didn't even know that existed, right? You get to choose what defines you. Choose wisely to the truth of your heart for the benefit of all involved. This reminds me of masks. You get to choose what defines you. So we can't blame others. We can't blame judgments of others because that's not of God. And if you're afraid of your loved ones thinking less of you, it's because they cannot see through love and truth, okay? Conditional love is not love at all. Conditional love, love with conditions, is not love at all. So what is in your heart, God put there for a reason, for you to help change the world so that they can see more love too through your choices as well. Even if it hurts at first, and it's like ripping that Band-Aid off, because sometimes we'll separate from people and then they'll come back around going, I'm so sorry, I didn't see it all. And you're like, it's all good, I didn't either. You get to choose what defines you. Choose wisely to the truth of your heart for the benefit of all involved. Choose wisely to the truth of your heart for the benefit of all involved, not through ego, not through fear, not through judgment, not through greed of money being more important than love. To rise above, it's all about love. Choose wisely to the truth of your heart for the benefit of all involved. People are so good at being like, well, maybe tomorrow. Well, maybe that's not true. You know, those illusions of grandeur, they're so good at blinding you for a reason. They used to do it to me too. Like, oh, good, you're good. You got this far. Smoke some pot. It's okay. It's okay, Brie, to smoke a little pot. And then I would like, oh, be like, okay, I made it this far. It's all good, right? I can have a little. No, because then that little starts blinding you. And then the next thing you know, you're like, oh my God, I gotta have more. And then it becomes that battle again. And you're like, oh, why did I do that? Trust me, I know. Everything is brighter when we are all aligned, okay? Energy blocks through stagnation. So when we are stagnant and we don't move, we don't heal, we don't listen, we don't choose love, we don't follow those nudges immediately. This reminds me of the moment you hesitate to God's nudge is the moment you let the shadow fall into you, okay? That is the moment you can no longer see the light. So when we're aligned with our purpose, when we're aligned with the path of the sun, when we're aligned in our energetic base and there's nothing blocking love, when we're aligned to our heart space, everything shines brightly. Okay, even in the most difficult healing challenges, there's going to be amazing things to witness and see, okay? Because God is good. Let me tell you, God is good. But when we become unaligned and we take hesitation and we don't do the work, we assume we have time. We assume that we're just going to rise because that's false and it's going to dim your light. Okay, you have to make the choices because you cannot take it with you. So let's just assume that God did what he did, which he did. He promised you the return, which did come through. It did, just not in the ways you would think it would do. And let's assume that all of mankind just got to all of a suddenly shift, right? Except for all the things that they did to bring themselves out of love, all the ways that they gave their power away to the shadow, those lessons were not learned. And so they're, in truth, in essence, through their own free will, part shadow and part light. And we can't do that anymore. So that's why God can't go, come on, everybody, like, we got you. Otherwise, I'm sure he would. But if you don't choose through free will, because that's what God gave you is empowerment and free will and his light, okay? But you have to be strengthened that. You have to have faith in him and faith in love and choose love above everything, manipulation and fear and ego. Those are the testaments to God, okay? And so that's why those are the choices you have to make to rise. You just have to choose to heal. You have to choose to push past any weakening moments and into your sovereignty, into your truth, even if others judge you. And they will. They will. They will always try to put you down. Something will always try to stop you. It will always make you feel like, oh, I can't do that. Oh, I've seen so many people were supposed to do the path to righteousness, which is the entire return of Christ. And instead, they let the resistance stop them. I have seen people go to get healing sessions with me many times over, and they will let some form of resistance stop them. It takes strength. It takes pushing past the resistance and seeing light over darkness. Those are the ones who are going to make it through. Not the ones who pick up the asshole energy, throw it at you, hurt you, and then pretend like nothing happened, and then think they can go behind your back and use you without talking to you and asking, hey, can we fix, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's two-faced energy. That's a shadow. Illusions of grandeur. They make you think everything's all right, and it's not. All right. Justifying behavior does not serve you. Trust me, I know. I recently was attacked again, and I'm tired of it. And the way I feel it is it always hits my solar plexus first. Yeah. Somebody close to me, because my DM and I united on the Adam and Eve timeline, fully united. And then after that, they came in and took my light, and I felt like I was drowning. And then all of a sudden I couldn't hear my DM again. They shattered my Merkabah. They totally twisted my solar plexus. And I had to do this healing on the Healing Light Movement channel. And it felt like a Merkabah stabbing me, coming all the way out. It was horrible. Okay? And I had gotten this pattern where I'm like, I don't care anymore. I want out. And I tried to get a job and everything. Tried to go back to my psychology degree. And God was like holding space for me. Because if I do that, I'm not aligned. Justifying behavior does not serve you. Being truthful, being honest, and saying, oops, I done messed up. But that's okay, because there's no mistakes. I'm just going to get right back on the horse and ride the reins. Completion is near. Allow nothing to stop you. I've been getting this a lot lately. That's what I'm talking about. You have to anchor into the testaments of God, to love, to truth, to wonderment, to your heart space, and do what God puts in your heart to do. Because you guys, this is the end of time. It's the end of ways. It's the end of the way life was outside of God. And there is justice being served in that. And I don't think you want to be a part of that. And if you have the shadow within you, it just might unfold for you, right? If you don't clear all karma, you're going to be a part of the karmic play out. Because let me tell you, the return of Christ includes a karmic justice served. That is what God calls Judgment Day, is karmic day. You reap what you sow day. Okay? Because you got free will, you chose to do it. You chose to give your power away to the shadow. And help rip apart Adam and Eve, Jesus and Mary Magdalene, and Sekhmet and Horus. And you may not have even known that's what you were doing. But let me tell you, it was. Green ray activations, okay? Open up your heart. I was actually calling these in yesterday. Interesting. I started calling it in. I started battling it, and I felt it big time even at 3 o'clock this morning. And I started pushing it out, and it was like a major pull. It was tough. It was not easy. So there's no justifying behavior. It's easy. I'm tired. Or it's difficult. I'm tired. I can't do that. I need the money. Justifying behavior. Those are illusions of grandeur. Dig your heels in and do it. Okay? Say, I got God on my side. I got the armor of God. I've got justice on my side. And I know this is a battle for my soul. So I'm going to anchor into the right things. And I'm going to keep flowing. Because I know this is the end of ways. I can feel it in my heart space. You should be able to. If your heart is open, you know the truth. If your heart is open enough, you can see me through and through. Green ray activations. Call it in. Here's a sigil for you. Bum, bum, bum. Channeled through from Creator. Final card of message. Important choices ahead. Path change coming. The changes of path. Okay, so the either, you know how they call them timeline shifts, what I call portals rising. people call timeline shifts. I call it portals rising because I activated the pyramids. I know that's what's causing it. That's what caused all these Mandela effects and all these things, because I changed time. I took time backwards and then forwards. And that's what's happening in your energy. It's going backwards for you to heal it all so that you can rise forward. But it's all determined on your choices. What you choose will determine whether you go left or right, whether you go up or down or out. And this healing is going to be a part of that, right? So if you don't want to be here, if you can't bring anything but negativity here, if you can't be honest with yourself and say, you know what, I loved this. This one person came to me recently and said, yeah, I judged you. I was like, thank you. Because I'm sure that I'm going to invoke your shadow, right? Nobody means to. It's being able to push past it and see what it does to you. And then being like, you know what? I'm sorry. Oh, I didn't mean to. And showing up anyways. Testaments. Right? That's character. Character is shown in the toughest of times and in the decisions we make, even if something was done that we're like, whoops. Or man, yeah. Like I noticed I did that and I felt what it did to my heart. And so I just kept listening. I kept being like, well, that didn't feel right. I loved that. I appreciated that so much. That's what opened my heart just a little bit more. Because most people won't do that. There are people in this journey who've hurt me pretty badly and they still won't see it. Yeah. So this healing, this invocation I'm about to do, I'm ready to be done with darkness. Are you? Are you ready to cut the ties from all of these shadows, from this darkness, from this pull? Are you ready to rise? Now, when you do this work for me, it will bring those choices through for you. So when I do shadow work, when I teach shadow work, when I was bringing through the return of Christ, part of that is your power, your sovereignty, but I teach you how true healing works. So when you truly heal, you bring it out of you. Right? You have to call all karma to come and learn the lessons, right? And so you heal it to the surface, and then God says, okay, they're healing it, they can see it, now let's test them again. Because only when you choose differently next time is it cleared to rise. Okay? So when people do healings with me, they don't expect to sometimes feel worse before they feel better, because it's true healing. They don't expect to be tested, but you will. Because that is the way you're like, yeah, I see it. I'm not going to do that again. Nobody makes mistakes. It's just about soul growth, soul mastery, self-mastery. And so when you see something and you're like, dang, you know, I didn't see love. I don't know why I didn't mean to do that. Look what I was accepting. I was accepting people treating me like shit. You better believe somebody's going to come up and be like, you fucking blah, 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 blah. And you're going to have to be like, diddly I choose love. Get away. Boundaries are okay. You see what I'm saying? You cannot repeat lessons. And that's what this healing is truly, truly about. So if you are going to stay for the healing, be really rest assured it is healing in the house of God. It is true healing in the house of God in order to rise above through love. And if you cannot handle the heat, get on out of Hell's Kitchen. Actually, it's not Hell's Kitchen. That doesn't make sense. But you know what I'm saying? You feel me? All right. It's the house of God. If you can't stand the light, get out of the house of God. All right, I'm a little goofy, but that's because I'm done. You ever reached a breaking point and you're just like, done? You like come to the conclusion, you're like, I'm done. I'm ready. I'm taking my power back, and you change course. That's where I'm at. Okay? And it happened recently. I pushed somebody out of my circle because they just did not belong. They couldn't choose love repeatedly. And it's like, you know, I told Spirit, okay, it's your job, remove them out. And they said, no, sweetheart, it's your job. Hire and fire accordingly. And I'm like, okay. Yeah, it is my house. It's the house of God. Okay. So if you don't want to be here, bunkity out. For those that do, I love you so much and I welcome you with open arms. I have some crystals with us. I have beautiful different types of amethyst. 3 different types of amethyst actually. Dragon's blood amethyst, chevron amethyst, and angel auric amethyst. And then I have lepidolite. I have red jasper. And I also have Pachymer diamonds and a Herkimer diamond. Amy gave me this Herkimer diamond years ago. I love it. I have some jade and I have some hematite. And I also have my beautiful Pleiadian howlite. Okay. All right. Oh, and onyx. Yep. Adventurine. Dambarite. Lapis lazuli. Orange calcite. So I have a lot, right? Not orange calcite. I think they call this champagne calcite or something like that. All right. I have an arsenal if I need them. Only if I need them. Okay. I've already invoked with the candle. I will do it again. If you aren't familiar with me, I burp when I do healings. I don't know fully what's going to come through, but it's going to be a minute. We're going to be here for a minute. Okay. So if you're in for the healing, put your feet on the floor. I need your feet on the floor. Do not cross them. I need them on the floor. Okay, I'm short. I don't really fully reach the floor in this chair. So I'm going to try to sit forward. I need your feet on the floor. And I need your palms facing up. Okay? I truly do. Because, or at least your arms open. They're open. They're not clenched. They're not down. You're not closed. Okay? I need them up. And I need you to not close down. If you begin this journey, finish it through. Okay? Because I'm done with darkness. I'm ready for the shift now. Okay? So buckle up, my friends. I'm calling the creator of all that is and all the angels too and all the beings. The Lyrans are actually here again. The lions are here. Saint Germain with the Akashic Records is also here. This is timeless. Whenever you find this, know that it is meant for you. And if I burp, please forgive it. It's what I do. It's part of releasing and connecting and healing. I may take on symptoms from time to time. I do weird things. That's what a healer truly can do. Okay? So don't worry. It's okay. I love you. This is truly healing in the house of God. Don't have expectations. They block you. Just be open. Have gratitude. Be thankful. And experience whatever it is you're going to experience, because you truly don't know, and I really don't know yet either. I've only seen a few components of what's about to come through. That's how I roll with everything, though. I really don't want to know. It's more validating that way. All right. I call in the energy of the north, east, south, and the west back to the north, anchored into the highest divine light, love, and support. I call in all pyramids to help change the tides. I call in the energy of Father Sky, the moon, and Mother Earth, and the sun. I call in the trees and the water and all elements that be to help provide the changes and guide you complete. I will now say my invocation. Highest light in and highest light out only. So be it. This is a spell casting I did right before I started today. I call in the light of the sun, of the one, to now make right what has been done. To provide me with profound shift, healing of all darkness undone. I deserve love. I deserve recognition. And I deserve a divine masculine who protects me, who loves me unconditionally, and validates the moon and the sun and what has been done. I'm going to repeat that again. I deserve love. I deserve recognition. And I deserve a divine masculine who protects me, who loves me unconditionally beyond the veil of illusion, because I love him, and validates the moon and the sun and what has been done. Oh boy, do I love him the same. I would protect him, trust me. I invoke Creator at this time to employ all work done under the sun. A sudden shift right now has suddenly come. I wish for the sun to burn all that is not. I wish for all karmic delight to bring mass justice from heavenly flight. I, Sekhmet, invoke the sun to bring mass justice and a vast sudden shift from darkness to only light. And so it now is. Let us begin. I remove anybody who does not belong on my channel and in this space. I remove them now in heavenly grace. Invoking the sun so powerfully true. Tatanka is also coming into our space. So in my eyes, I'm saying this too. I see the sun and the moon coming together. I call in the energies that do belong, and the ones that I don't want here are gone. They're done. I cut the ties and I remove them completely. For the purest hearts will only remain for love's flight on a new day. Justice in love, understanding in love, growth into love, and truth into love. Nothing less but love, unconditional. I remove all conditions of love, and I remove judgments. Very powerfully so. I open this space with love and light and call in those that are meant to be here, that choose to be here with love as their guide. Calling in the sun to light the path. Close your eyes and feel into your body at this time. I want you to take your focus from your head and start tracking down your body from the top of your head to your feet, very gently and methodically. And even if you feel resistance, I want you to push harder down and down into the earth. And keep tracking your body from your head all the way down to your feet. I invoke the energies of this healing to be very powerful and true, guided through the light of the sun, the one, and the angels too. I invoke the rays of the cosmic conjunction, all planet alignments that are new too, to bring in the energy of heavenly space, of powerful change and creation. I invoke the sun. I invoke it now to bring powerful change of creation. And as I say that, I see me opening it up even more and pouring it down this path. And it's pouring it down like a fountain, and this path is going to come to your feet. So you can feel the sun opening up and invoking a pathway to your feet. I'm going to put around bubbles of light to individually separate and protect, because we're all at different spaces of our journey, and that's important. Okay, and then hematite is coming in, and onyx. I'm calling it, not onyx, onyx. I'm calling in the energy of hematite and onyx to surround us in a bubble of protection and boundaries. I'm putting up mass boundaries at this time. For if love is not your plight, you don't belong here. We also want to remove what is not light. So we are surrounded in bubbles of light, of the sun, and also of hematite and of onyx. And there are diamonds at our feet, beautiful glistening diamonds beneath your feet, and that of the path of the sun coming from before you and come to your feet. And you can feel the warmth of the sun as it trickles in that I'm pouring down to you. Be open to receive. There's a lot of pressure coming in, so I'm going to clear it out. I'm going to already cut cords to my head space. So around our head and our ears and our neck and our chest, it's heavy, it's dense, it's on the outside. I'm going to remove it. I'm going to cut the cords of its energy and remove it now and let it go. And then we're going to also burn it. Any cords that don't belong will be burned and removed, never to return again. And they will be thrown through the portal they're showing me of the Sphinx. It's the portal of time. It's like a black hole or a gateway. And that is where a lot of things will be removed through, is the time, portal of time, the gateway. You can actually witness that as I was activating the Sphinx many times. So I'm going to start bringing up the light of the earth with fire element in tow, rising up to your feet. And I'm going to begin cleansing the feet as I remove more of that. So I felt that as I was cutting the dense energy coming to our head and our chest, I can hear better. I can feel this denseness be released, okay? So that was the outer layer. And now that I've done that and we have our bubbles of protection and I'm burning away what does not belong with the flame of white and yellow and red, and even some violet rays when necessary. I'm drawing now up the light into our feet. It's coming into the soles of our feet, but I feel blockage on the right foot. That's been a common one. It really has. The right foot has been commonly blocked lately for like some time now. So I'm going to cleanse it out. I need to cleanse it out. I need to almost like cut open the chakra on somebody's foot, the right foot, and I need to open it up completely and allow the earth, the light, the sun to start burning away what does not belong. We're going to cut ties to darkness. We're going to burn it away. We're going to pull it out and get rid of it in every way. Now it is up to you to keep it at bay by choosing right and choosing light and choosing love. When the lessons return, they will. We heal it out to see it, and then we are tested again. And once we choose against what we did before, once we choose love this time instead of fear, ego, judgment, whatever, it's cleared. We have to clear it through choices in the end. Choices hidden in disguise are part of your karmic repair or demise. Oop, there we go. So I do burp to release. I love it. I'm gonna embrace it. I love it. It's my favorite thing. I see the DM, I see the moon and the sun, and I want to heal any damage that was done because it wasn't from me, and I choose to believe it wasn't from him. It's from the darkness. And it is time for it to be undone. So in between him and I, any darkness, any shade, any shadow, I'm going to continue to burn it. It's like I see him right next to me on my right side, and if there's like this barrier of shade and shadow and falsehoods, right? A lot of being able to not see clearly things, you know what I mean? That's what the shadow does. It blinds you, and then it binds you when you choose to shackle into it. And so I'm just clearing any shade and shadow that are between him and I that keep our energy from completely through love intertwining. And that is affected through the sun and the moon. So you can imagine the moon and then the sun, and I'm removing any shade, any dense energy between the two, always being aligned and combined. And as that's happening, I'm focusing in on all of you, bringing the sun and the earth light and fire into your feet. And I'm cleansing them more and more and more. And I'm opening up that right chakra. It's the right one especially, but I feel it a little bit in the left side too. And I'm bringing it up through your foot and into your ankle. And what I want you to do is just be here. Take your focus from your head down your body repeatedly. Focus in on your chest. Listen to my voice. Any dense energy you feel or the mind trying to take over, drop and push that energy down your body to your feet. Push your focus to your chest. Listen to my voice. And I want you to absorb my voice further into your heart space. With each word, with each thing that I say, I want you to just love it. I want you to absorb it with love to the heart space, because I love you. I love you so much. I love you so, so, so much. So much. More than you could ever know. You mean the world to me. And I want you to hold my vibration in your heart space, because I want you to be whole. I want you to be validated. I want you to be seen and felt. And I want to give you love you have never had before, because I love you. I love you. Let that go into your heart space. Open the protections in the heart space. I love you so much. Through all your pain, through all your whatever, through the struggles, through any challenges you've ever met, I love you. Let me tune into what my voice is doing now. I'm bringing the light up from your ankles to your calves. So I keep hearing justice served. Justice served through love. Justice served through love. Choose nothing but love. Choose nothing but love. Love, love opens the door. Nothing but love. Love more and more and more. And anything rises, choose love. Choose love. Choose love. Feel the love. Be the love. Change everything to love. Let's change it to love. Let's change it to light. We're going to bring light in where darkness was. Darkness will be removed with light. We're going to cut it out, remove it out, burn it out with white light. So going into your calves and into your knees, I'm bringing in all this light, the flame, and love. Pink rays of love coming in, a golden shower of sunshine with hematite and onyx to protect you, and diamonds at your feet, because I value you. You matter to me. I love you. Especially to my DM. I'm hurt, but I love you. I love you more than anything in the world, and I need your love. I need your protection. I deserve it. We all do. So I see this weird, as I said that, you guys, I see this weird like genetic blueprint going from my solar plexus to his. And I'm going to bring the light all the way up into your root chakra. So from the legs, starting at your feet, I'm going to remove all darkness ties. I'm cutting them, I'm burning them, I'm removing them from your toes to your soles, to your ankles and your heels, up into your calves. I'm removing the darkness ties. I'm cutting them free. I'm karmically removing them with light, burning them and setting them free to return to where they came from, wherever that may be. Details are in the matter. I don't need them. I just need to know they're not of light. It's just darkness. It's void of love. It's void of love no matter what title you give it. It's void of light, and it wants your power. It wants your light. So we don't give it our power. We don't give it our light. We call our power back through heavenly flight, and we remove all darkness now with the white flame of God, burning it from your legs. So I'm using the white flame, and I'm burning all darkness ties from your feet, your ankles, your calves, your knees, just burning and burning. Release, release, burning and burning, release. There's some shackles on ankles. I'm cutting in truth. I'm setting you free. It's done. It's true. But choose wisely. Whatever you do, you must choose love, unconditional. Choose God's nudges without hesitation. Choose a lens of love without frustration. We must heal all with love. Love opens the door through ascension, self-growth, love, self-mastery. So I'm taking the flame and I'm burning up your thighs. I'm burning the darkness of karmic demise. I'm burning the shadow, the shackles that bind. I'm burning, removing them now through the beginning of time. But you must choose wisely. Whatever comes about, you must choose wisely, without any doubt. Through love, through power, through faith, through grace, through joy, and gracious receptivity, wonderment and power. And into your root I go. Into the root chakra to open it wide, to balance it out and remove all ties outside of light. I bring in the flame to burn it out what doesn't align with heavenly flight, with the light of the sun and the one, with the light of love. I'm bringing in light deeper into the root chakra, bringing it in and bringing it in. And then that little path of sun in front of you, I'm drawing it up your legs in truth into your root chakra now. So the sun is trickling in with the white flame combined, burning all of what does not align, removing it now and cutting it free to never return again. So mote it be. Calling our power back to the root chakra and healing with love and truth. And Tatanka is right beside you as well, bringing out the shadow so that we can see it and love it deeply once and for all. So as we go right next to you, a shadow you will form. And in the end, we will love it complete and it will turn to light, reborn. And then we set it free. Okay? And then the lessons will circle back. So choose love no matter what you do. Choose love and rise above. In the root we're removing division and pain and heartache, but also like not feeling safe, not trusting our surroundings, not knowing who to trust is coming out in the root chakra. Not knowing who to trust, feeling afraid, feeling fear. I feel fear. Fear is near. I'm cutting it out. I'm removing it out. I'm burning it through and through. I'm calling our power back to you. So you are free from fear once and for all. You are powerful. You are a creator. You can love, and love will be you. You deserve love. I love you. I am free. I am safe. I am safe. Drop your focus down your head, down to your buttocks area, right below that, right where your root chakra is. Focus on me. Focus on me. I've got you. I'm drawing a cord from your root to the earth and anchoring you in to safety, to stability, to wonderment, to awe. I'm cutting now the cords of those that don't belong here, that didn't choose love and that don't want love near, that don't want soul growth. They only want to bring you down. I'm setting them free. The time is now. Cutting the cords and burning them out, removing them now. Without any doubt, without any hesitation or worry for what's to come, I set them free. Going up from the root to the sacral now, drawing the light and the sun, the flame of the one, into the sacral we go to open it up. It's very tight. Something's been done. Healing the path from the root to the sacral, I need to widen it and widen it more. Calming the energy, dropping your focus from your head, down your face, down your neck and your chest, and pushing in it, with it, any dense energies, all the way down your body. Dropping our focus down, pushing the energies down, all the way down our legs and to our feet and into the earth beneath you. Back to the sacral, my focus goes. bringing love and power, and God only knows, and removing what is not aligned, removing the shadow of divide, removing pain and heartache, like cheating. You lied. Somebody's wounded. Somebody's wounded. Somebody made them feel like gaslighting. They feel like gaslighting. Like they hurt me. They said all these things, and they kept making me feel like it was me. And I feel so confused. I feel so lost, and I don't understand what I have done to deserve this. What did I do to deserve this? What did I do wrong? It's all my fault. Bringing in the light to the sacral now and cutting the ties of this wound. Removing them out and healing with the light of the one and the sun, the white flame. Burning away all the pain. Releasing it out like buckets of water being drawn out of the sacral. I love you. You deserve love, and it wasn't you. You deserve truth. It wasn't you. We deserve to be ourselves and to feel safe being ourselves. We deserve love. We deserve love no matter what. We deserve to be our truth, to speak our truth, to hold our truth. We deserve our light. We deserve our wonder and our magic and our curiosities. We deserve those. Our art, our creation doesn't make us less than, even if they're not theirs. They're ours. They're ours. I am love. I deserve love. I deserve my truth. I am beautiful for who I am. That is you. You are beautiful just as you are. Your creations, your talent, your experiences, your expressions, they matter. And I need them to be you. Not what they want you to be, but I need them to be you, of you, your light, your vibration, your talent, your creation, your love. Your love language matters. We need you, uniquely you. Calling your power back to your sacral and burning off what doesn't align, cutting the cords, cutting the ties, and bringing in healing through heavenly guides, and Tatanka coming in to help remove the shadow from the sacral chakra, bringing it all the way out to sit next to you, this human you building of shadow. And we're going to create it and build it to light. So no worries, sit next to your shadow with beauty and delight. Back to the sacral I grow to bring light where the shadow once was. To bring love in its space so we don't feel empty. You matter. What you need matters. What you want matters. Your lens matters. Your creative lens, your funniness, your humor, your joy, it matters. It matters. And the right one will love every bit of you. I know I do. I do. I love your uniqueness. I love your talents. I love your creation. Even if it's not like them, and if it's not like them, and if it's not theirs, I love you. And you matter. You matter. Your language matters. Your light matters. Your uniqueness, your power, your gifts. They matter to me. And I want to see them. I want to hear the way you see the world. I want to hear your expressions. I want to hear the music you bring through the world, like your tone, your everything matters, and I want to see it. I love it. I want to see vicariously through you. You matter. You matter. I love you. I still feel that in the sacral. So I'm just bringing in more light, more balance, more healing, more expansion, more trust in the self, and releasing the emotions that you don't matter, that you're not good enough, that what you think doesn't matter, it's not right, that it's stupid or dumb, or why can't you just be like this, and why can't you just be like that, and why do you have to be like this person? God, are you dumb? You know, those are wounds. Don't take them personal. That is healing coming through. for somebody, if not me and you. We matter. Our uniqueness matters. Our individual lens and individual light, it matters. It's joyous. How do you feel good? It matters. What makes you smile? It matters. I love to see how you see the world. I love to hear how you hear the world. It fills my heart. I need it, and I love it, and I love you. You matter. Called all your power back to your sacral, and I'm going to put a little bubble of healing light, a golden bubble of healing light. Gold, you know, the orange, the sun, into this space of love and joy and wonderment. And bringing in a little bit more light from the earth and removing all that is not. Filling the space where the shadow was with beautiful light and love. And drawing up now from the sacral up to the solar plexus. And when I do that, again, I see my DM and I see this weird like genetic genome coding healing going on. Now remember, he was a walk-in, so I did have to acclimate to his DNA. Genetically, we had to combine. I had to undo what I was and genetically combine to him too. And so I feel that as part of this, but it may be more. But whatever it is, I tune into it and I put up protections and I block anything negative from coming through. And I go into all of our solar plexus, bringing the sun with it from the path in front of you, drawing it up with the white flame too, in the intention of love and healing, and Tatanka ready to remove a shadow for you. Remember, it will repeat itself in choices hidden in disguise. You must choose love. You must choose love over fear, over ego, over judgment, over money and greed. Anything like that, you must choose love, choose your power, your sovereignty. Choose to have faith in love, choose to have faith in God, and choose to stand no matter what. Choose to shine no matter what, even if others judge you. Choose wisely. The path is up to you. But lessons aren't cleared until the choices change and a shift in how we see the world comes through. So I'm bringing the light into the solar plexus and it feels really wonky, very uncomfortable, very uncomfortable. I'm bringing the light. I can feel pain on the left side and a little bit on the right side. And I'm calling in the flame to remove what is not immediately and powerfully true, like burning it off and burning it out and cutting ties galore, removing the darkness. So I'm like going through the layers of the solar plexus here. It's like peeling back a layer of energetic vortex and another one and burning off the shadow component, cutting it out, removing it through, going down through another one and bringing out the shadow tie, the darkness, the karmic rely, any attacks, whatever it is. So it's not light. Whatever is not light, I'm removing it out, I'm cutting it out, and I'm burning it clear. Never to return again. Never to return again. And it's going out the navel, oddly enough. So as I'm going in through the layers of the solar plexus on both sides, it's drawing out of the navel. I'm like pulling it out, I'm cutting it out, and I'm burning its path. I'm pulling it out, I'm cutting it out, and I'm burning its path. I'm pulling it out, I'm cutting it out, and I'm burning its path. It's like something came in through the least resistant path and started taking your light and your power and creating wrath, creating wrath, creating wrath. And they do it with a laugh, like, ha 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 ha, you are nothing, ha 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 ha. You just shut your light, right? They want to dim your light. They want to dim the light. They want to make it weak. They want to make it not so bright because it makes them feel better. And I'm drawing it out through the navel. It doesn't feel very great. It really doesn't. And this entails a mother wound as well, right? That's a hard relationship, isn't it? Because we love them so deeply, so intently, and we want to be so close, but sometimes there's this weird power play with a mother and a child that's not quite right. and we pull it out, we remove it out, we cut the ties and we burn it through. We pull it out, we remove it out, we cut the ties and we burn it through. Even if it means this person is removed from you, I cut the energy now through and through. That doesn't mean a mother. Usually they're not removed. They either learn the lesson or they don't, right? But whatever that energy was needed to be removed and burned and cleared and never to return again. I set them free. I cut them free. I remove them now. And that energy did go on the other side of the barrier wall, the portal wall of darkness to light. And on the other side, it's like this lava creature. And you can see that in the 8 days of birthing New Earth. It's like there's a wall and one side is light and New Earth. And the other side is like this darkness and burning and lava and just like, oh. No light to light. Those are the two sides. And whatever energy I just removed went to the no light. Completely. And then Tatanka is helping to pull out the shadow into the being next to you, into a version of yourself that was a shadow that we're building. My solar plexus still hurts very badly. Judgment, ego, fear, manipulation, ego. Ego is large here. Ego. Not seeing clearly because they're worried about being something they're not. They think they have to be something they're not, which is not true. That is a shadow. It's an illusion of grandeur. Gosh, if we could feel comfortable in our own skin, in our own body, and just be loved. If we can feel beautiful no matter what and be loved. I have that wound too. Especially what happened to me because of my DM. All of a sudden there's like this fountain of pain that I just opened up in the solar plexus, and there's a little bit of like, why did you do that? Why did you choose death over love? My DM chose to die over me. And then my new DM didn't show up. Why? Why? Why won't the DM see the feminine? Why? Why won't he love her unconditionally? Why? Why? Why doesn't he know how much she needs him? Why won't he just love her? Why? Why? That is all she's ever needed is his love. That's all I've ever needed. To love me, to protect me, to know what I went through for that love. To choose me, finally. And fuck all of the people who try to take that away. I'm angry, I'm angry, I'm angry, I'm angry. It's not theirs to have. I'm so angry. offer that love. It makes me angry. I'm tired. I'm tired of being without him. I shouldn't be without him. And it's not fair. Something's wrong. It's not fair. I need him. Feeling my DM die, watching him die, watching his soul get ripped apart and put into somebody else. And then that somebody else, out of 2.5 years' time, only loved me for maybe a week. It's not fair. And people judging that. And don't seeing who I am because the DM doesn't shine love through me. It's not fair. It makes me angry. It makes me hurt. It makes me sad. It makes me so sad. I see all this healing happening. It's like this darkness being cut out and removed and the floodgates of emotions coming through. And then I see Metatron holding my Merkaba. And I see them bringing love into my heart space and asking for forgiveness. And can I forgive those who chose to mock me? I cannot allow in the ones who tried to hurt me. I don't want them here anymore. But I will always forgive. I just don't want them here anymore. I don't want darkness anymore. I don't want people trying to hurt me and take my light and remove my DM and take his love from me. I don't want that anymore. The false goddess, the darkness, the pain, the separation, the confusion. I don't want it anymore. I burn it all. I burn it all. I burn it all. And in the solar plexus, I see this stitching together of both sides. And then I see the earth. You know that image you see where the woman who's pregnant hold like the earth is her belly? That's what I see with me. It's like the earth is my belly. And bringing in so much love here and burning with the white flame. And for all of you, any shadow components that are drawing out to be placed next to you. Even more and even more. Ties of the mother wound and the father. Ties of judgments and depletion of power. Calling all power back now to the solar plexus. I don't want those here who cannot see and who don't choose love. I don't want anybody here who would try to take my DM's love from me. I want them gone. Drawing up now to the heart center, going from the solar plexus up to the heart. Opening it up like a book. So we're opening the heart up like a book, and I want you taking your focus from your top of your head, down your face, down your throat, into your heart, to your chest. Keep your focus on your heart and your hands open wide, and know that I love you. As we open up the heart even more, opening it up even more. And I'm turning the pages. So this is Akashic Records applied. So it's like going into the records and drawing out healing here. Drawing out information and truths from the records of this lifetime and many. Your power, your passion, your purpose aligned. Opening it up and the words just coming out and floating into your heart center. Also, any karmic demise, drawing it out through a shadow. So Tatanka will help pull that out as I'm drawing it out from your heart center. What is the shadow you need to draw out? Whatever shadow it is, without doubt. I draw out the shadow, I remove it now, we bring it through and put it beside you. Having this being created right next to you that goes up to your chest. all darkness, all shadow, it was once in you, is now sitting right next to you. And we are close to setting it free through light and love complete. We will send it up to the higher self once it's made light. Okay? And with it, you will combine through the higher self. Does that make sense? So we won't take the shadow component and turn it back to light and place it back in you. We're going to take the shadow component of all the shadow we're drawing through and send it up to your higher self. And that is once where you will combine with it through love and light. So the karmic pages, the Akashic records in your heart space, it's like flop. It's like, you know how like in a spell book or in a movie, you'll see the pages go, that's kind of what it's doing. I'm seeing stories. I'm seeing like happenstances of the past and even other lifetimes. I'm seeing different things from very much so pain and trauma to stories of love, like just different things, and what brings you joy, what brings you happiness, coming into focus in your heart space. Also your soul path purpose, heightening in your heart space at this time through the Akashic records. I'm combining them into your heart space. So that way what's going to unfold in your journey now is going to be part of your purpose and your passion. You just have to take the nudges and realize they're pieces of the puzzle. I see different things from artists of different kinds, right? Like from music to painting to singing to drawing to creation to different things here. It's all in here. There's as many different people of you, and it's all coming through. I can see them all. And as I'm doing this, more shadow components are being drawn out of the heart space and going into the little being next to you that was once part of you. Now remember, lessons will circle back around. So learn what caused you pain and don't do it again. Learn what took you from love and don't do it again. Choose love. Unconditional, even if it means you feel vulnerable, even if it means you have to anchor into strength and keep pushing past resistance, even if it means you have to choose something you didn't think to be a big choice, but it really was, and all it had to be was love. Choose love. Deep into the heart we go, down into a corner of the chakra system. I'm removing some shadows, some ties that aren't light, and I'm cutting them out and burning them free, right? So I'm removing and cutting and burning it through, removing and cutting and burning it through, removing and cutting and burning it through anything that doesn't belong, anything that's not of love, no matter what it be, no matter what it be. There's resistance to change, self-doubt, yeah. Other wounds, like I see some domestic violence and words that were spoken that hurt our heart. So I see that in here. It's like words that are spoken that hurt our heart. They're reversing out. So you know how you can see language? I see it reversing out of the heart space. So things that were spoken that hurts the heart, either yours or somebody else's, either spoken from you or somebody else, because sometimes we speak things that hurts us too. All of that is reversing out of the heart space. It's like words being lifted up off of pages, right? That's kind of how it looks. And it's reversing out of the heart space. Words hurt. They do. The tongue being a sword, it's true. And we're going to continue doing that. And a little more shadow is coming out of those and going into the being next to you as I'm starting to draw up to the throat. So I'm going to combine the heart and the throat. I'm combining them. I'm not leaving the heart yet. I need to combine them. And it goes with the words, right? It goes with our things we speak, the things we choose to believe and bring forward. The lies we allow others to speak that we choose to believe, even though we know it's not true. Deep down inside to be too, right? Like people will lie to you and you'll feel it, you'll know it, but then you will accept it to be true because it avoids pain, it avoids your power, it avoids sometimes that separation which is hurtful, codependency type stuff, right? And so we will accept less than, Fear and anger, allowing it to be spoken. So that's repairing the heart and the throat and removing the words. Fear and anger, allowing somebody to reflect them on you or reflecting them outward too. I feel this deep in my throat. It's like I feel like the beings are reaching in and pulling out this nasty, nasty, like dark, slimy energy. Ugh. And that gets thrown on the other side of that barrier. And then it's like burning through with the white flame. And then here's the thing. Since I've combined the throat and the heart, they're reaching down to Tonka is with love and light into the heart to pull out through the throat the shadow that must go. And it's being placed into the being next to you. And he's going to it's like pulling it out, like all of these components of the shadow that go from the heart through your throat. They go from the heart through your throat. Continually. Even the world that has lied to us, that hurts. Fuck them, right? Like that word isn't even nice, right? But that's the anger it invokes. So all of that is being removed out. Like, how dare they? How dare they take lives? How dare they cause bloodshed? How dare they cause demise? I feel like, like a puppet. Like they've made me do things I don't want to do. I don't like that. Why did that happen? Why did I let that happen? Ugh. Right? Calling our power back. I feel like from the collective soul, like from the matrix reality to the throat and the heart. Why did I let them convince me? Why did I cause this pain? Why did I allow it to happen? Why did I speak in vain? Why did I do this? Why did I do this? Why did I do this? And then it's like that book in the heart. I see it drawing the letters out of the throat and all of this light coming with it and shining out. And then I take the white flame and I'm burning it through, cleansing it all with God's love. I love you. You matter to me. Your words matter to me. Your pains matter to me. Your light matters to me. I love you and I want to fill you with love and light. I matter too. Drawing the light now up to the third eye and the crown to help remove. And see, as I did that, I see like birds flying out. So it's almost like if you go into a space where everything was like still and I draw the light up and all the birds go, wah! And they fly out like, holy crap, something's coming through. That's the image that I just got. So I want you to take your focus to your third eye, on your forehead, and even up to the top of your head. And I feel like that. I keep seeing like these, I can't even pinpoint the bird. It looks like it's off in the distance and it's dark. So I want to say crows, but they're not telling me what bird. I don't think that matters. What I think matters is it's like going into spaces where light usually isn't. And it's invoking things to come out and be removed, okay? So it's like going into the places where we don't normally venture into, right? And all of a sudden, these things that were nesting there because things weren't normally there are removed. I hope I'm doing that analogy well. Bringing more light into the third eye, the sun, and fire too, invoking the spirit of the one in the third eye. And as I did that, it almost looks like fallopian, so like almost like female parts. It's weird. I know that's gross, but what I see is like this light coming up and splitting out to both sides, and it would go into the eye of Horus and into the eye of Ra, and it's going to deeply, intricately remove any shadow components hidden in the two. In the third eye, it's going deeply into the eye of Horus and into the eye of Ra, and it's drawing out shadow components, and Tatanka's helping to place those in the being next to you. It's almost full and complete, and we're going to send it off to your higher self in a moment or two. We don't want to reintegrate. This is a rebirth and a reset of life that way. So we will reset through our full power of our higher self. Okay, does that make sense? I hope it does. any energies that also don't belong. So this mind manipulation, mind control, I feel like in the crown chakra, I'm clearing out the collective mind think. I don't like that. I don't like being mindful. And it's like all this constant like constantly having to go, constantly having to think, constantly having to analyze and having to see what's coming and having to know what we're going to cook or what I need to go shopping for or what bills are due or what I got to do this and oh my god, I got to do that. And oh my god, and it's constant timelines that don't exist. And I feel like I'm drawing all that into the center and I'm burning it out with the white flame. Cutting ties, removing, cutting ties, removing, cutting ties, removing, cutting ties, removing, cutting ties, drawing it out and burning with the white flame. Placing into the shadow the karmic ties, placing out of the wall of light anything that does not belong to God. So we have karmic ties and then you have darkness, demise, okay? There's a difference. One creates the other through our free will. And I feel like I'm using the white flame a lot in the third eye and the crown. And I'm just calming it down. I'm calming it down. And I'm drawing the time into the center, into the here and the now only. Drawing your focus down the center line, all the way down your vessel. Aligning you, connecting you to the highest divine space of time. Time doesn't really exist. It's breath of life, breath of life. Breathe in. Breathe out. And I see that like a vortex of undoing time. And then remember the Akashic records are like flying out of the crown. And once again, more shadow is pulled out from the third eye and the crown. And your being next to you is now made complete. Complete shadow component. And in a moment, we're going to fill it with light and send it off to our higher self. To eventually, truly, fully combine with all of our power through lessons of karmic playout. My head feels a lot of pressure on both sides. So it's like tingling into the both sides of the pineal gland. And then in the forehead, I get the triangle with the eye. It's opening up your Christ consciousness vortex. Clearing it out, removing any yuck and muck and any doubt, any judgments and fear and ego. Like the mirror shattering, it's undoing an ego. And I see the triangle with the eye and the forehead and it just opened up. The eye just went whoop and it opened up. Like I just opened my eye. I just opened the eye. And both sides will continue to clear and align into the triangle with the eye of the third eye. Okay, it's both eye of Horus and the eye of Ra. And they are opening up and aligning at this time. Now the being sitting next to you, that was you, that is now your shadow, I want you to imagine it has a hand just like yours. And I want you to see yourself grabbing the hand and sitting love and light through. And I want you to look at this shadow being a reflection of you and say, I love you. I see you. I believe in you. I forgive myself for all that I have given my power to. I choose love. I choose to be free, and I choose to fully heal you. And then I want you to kiss its hand. And as you do that, imagine it becoming filled with light. And all of a sudden, it floats off above to your higher self, filled with love, forgiveness, and clarity. And as we're doing that, as you're doing that, I was drawn to our outer energetic vortex. And I see the shadow. You know how you walk and it casts a shadow behind you? And I see that shadow, and I have now cut the ties to it. I have cut it free. I have cut the shadow free behind you. I have cut it free. And it just fades into the earth to transmute. That casting of a shadow has been undone. It's been undone. And then I engulf you in the white flame. Burning off what doesn't belong. I clear all of YouTube. I clear my Facebook. I clear all of my energetic channels. And I clear them now of what doesn't belong. What doesn't choose to do the work, what cannot see through love, what chooses to take my power. For their gain, I set you free. I don't want you here. I set you free. It's not your time. Those who choose to see beyond the illusion, those who choose to push past the resistance, those who have love that truly guide them, that truly just want to shine more love, that want to heal, that want to grow, that want to feel love, that want to be free. I open the path wider for them to be whole. I'm anchoring this in with a deep, like almost like a lightning rod, right? Like this pull of light, this alignment of light just coming all the way down the line from which we just rose up through and removed shadow and healing through. I am now bringing down an alignment column of light to anchor you into the earth and make way for powerful choices that will bring powerful changes. But it has to be through your choices, because God loves you. God believes in you and wants to empower you through free will. He would never force you to do anything. It is up to you because He loves everyone and everything. And when we started out, there was diamonds beneath us and a beautiful bubble of light, of sun, and of hematite and of onyx. And those are like vroom, vroom, vibrating powerfully around you and will last as long as they need to. I am beginning now, however, to remove your energy from mine, to cut down the energy of this healing time with me in this space. It is done. I call back my light, my power. I give you back yours in truth. And I allow the doors to open for you through the choices you make coming through. I love you. I believe in you. You matter to me, and do not let the shadow fool you. To light we must return. To light that we are. We can only be light. I invoke the sun now to do what she needs to do. So much love to all of you. I want you taking your focus from your core out to your skin. Feel your skin, feel your hair, feel your feet, feel your eyes. Touch your hair, move your body, stretch your back, your shoulders, your hands, your feet. And when you are ready, open your eyes. For those who lasted through this, thank you. And forgive me for taking part in the healing. I thought it would just be about you. But we are all connected. This is true. Until next time, I truly, truly thank you. And I truly, truly love you. I will see you later.